So I came across this somewhere. When a child hits another child, we call it aggression. We say the child is aggressive. This is not acceptable in our community, whether it's school or in the neighborhood, wherever. It's not right. When a child hits or attempts to hit an adult, we call it defiance. You know, when your child tries to raise their hand at you, we call it defiance, and they're going to get in trouble for that. It's looked down upon. When an adult hits another adult, that's clearly assault. We report you to the police. You're going to face some charges. You could go to jail. It's wrong. We're always talking about it. Stop violence, right? But what happens when an adult hits a child? We call it discipline. Make it make sense. Think about it. Welcome to my channel. I'm Mosalachai, Botswana, and I have two daughters aged 8 and 4. And I'm learning currently about compassionate discipline from the Institute of Child Psychology. It's going very well, and I am putting into practice the things that I'm learning. And I just want to share what I'm learning with other parents who might be considering switching from using punishment. So here are some reasons why you need to reconsider corporal punishment or spanking your children. Look, I get it. Spanking and beating your child is fast. It looks effective. It's immediate, right? Your child is doing something and you've told them 1,000 times to stop it. They don't stop it. You pick up a belt or a stick or whatever and you beat them with it. They freeze. The behavior stops immediately. They're frozen. And you think problem is solved, or it looks like problem is solved, at least for the time being. But in the long run, here's what happens is you're flooding your child with stress hormones constantly, repeatedly, and it is reducing and damaging the gray matter of your child's brain. And this is the stuff that deals with emotion regulation, with reasoning, with memory, all the things that you want to be functioning properly in your child's brain. 2, you're priming your child for a stress response in the long term, meaning they're always overly activated for stress. And we don't want that because we're dealing with children and mental health in our society today, children who are aggressive, children who are overly anxious, children who are depressed, and children who are most likely to engage in delinquency and drug and alcohol abuse. All these things, we don't want them in our society, but we are contributing to this unaware. And what happens in these young formative years is very crucial. Not only that, but corporal punishment or spanking, whatever you call it, I don't see it as a sustainable way of discipline in the home, at least, because that's where I have experience. It may be a different thing at school, I don't know, but at home, I don't see it as a sustainable thing because you can only carry it on for as long as you are stronger or bigger than the child. And we all know what happens when they reach adolescence. It's right? And you get them, you start beating them and they're not responsive. So what I see happens is corporal punishment, it cuts off the connection between you and your child. It cuts off the communication. You're going to lose influence eventually over that child once they are bigger and stronger. So I don't see it as a long-term solution to anything really, but instead it may make things a bit worse. And what I see happen also is the children eventually only focus on the anger that they feel towards the person inflicting the pain on them. And you know it, you've seen those children who are just so hardened and so angry and so aggressive, they will give it right back to you. But eventually you still need to teach them what you want them to learn, which is the proper behavior, or a better way of solving a problem, or a better way of regulating their emotions or difficult situations. So why don't we just cut straight and skip the aggression and the beating and all of that and go straight to the teaching, which is what discipline is.